Grand Villa Casinos, you are on screen. Your look into the world of film and television. Brought to you by the Grand Villa Casino in Burnaby.
I recognize that from somewhere.
I just can't place it. Actually, the first movie that I ever saw with my dad was Star Wars, and there's a big celebration of Star Wars happening at GM Place tonight and tomorrow night, and we have the one, the only, Anthony Daniels joining us now. Of course, you know him better as C3PO, at least when he's wearing the suit. How are you, Mr. Daniels?
I am absolutely delirious with joy to be here and to be in Canada and to be performing Star Wars in concert for the 100 and something time.
Tell us about the show, because we saw a clip there. You obviously have the live orchestra, but tell us about it.
Well, the clip really does tell you indeed more than my words can, because you've got this huge stage built in generally a huge arena, and it's so big that they build the stage up one end whilst they fly literally tons of equipment up into the sky, because over the stage are these giant things that are meant to be indicative of the Star Destroyers inside of the Batty People ship. And underneath that is this giant LED screen, 3 stories high, 60 feet wide.
3 stories high.
60-foot drapes either side, so you can see a harp being played like this. And we tell the story of Star Wars using images from all 6 movies woven together in little vignettes, sort of 4, 5, 6, 7-minute sequences told around a theme. So it can be the dark side theme. I give you that look again. Or it can be there's a special thing about Princess Leia that is so beautiful, ends up on this exquisite violin solo. There's a wonderful one about droids. There's the heroes' battles, and in between those elements, I come on and I tell you very directly to camera. So I'm looking right into your eyes wherever you're sitting.
It's haunting.
You may be up there, down here, on the floor, but I do talk to you very directly about the story of the galaxy being a great place where peace and justice and freedom flourished. But the forces of evil are never easily suppressed. And whilst those bent on destroying the Republic were designed to hide in the shadows, they would not remain hidden for long. And so we go into a wonderful dark side moment with Darth Maul. And then throughout the evening, I come on and I tell you the next bit of the thing. And it may be a happy moment, it may be sad, it may be tragic, it may be love. Yada, yada, da, 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 yada.
I love it.
Now, that is the love theme.
Time?
Now, give me the Vader theme. Now, go.
I can't! You're freaking me out!
Well, that's a kind of Vader
Dun,
theme.
dun, 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 dun. Right?
And you're a girl.
Yeah, I'm a total geek.
Now I can do it.
I think it's because
Now you can do it. It's
Yeah, I totally
You're
choked.
perfect.
You did
What was
choke.
this like
Give me
for
the
you
cantina.
first
Give me
time?
the cantina.
Stop it!
Wait.
Give me
It's
the
kind of like a
cantina.
vuvuzela. It's like
Cantina, anybody? Bum 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 ba da da ya ba da ba 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 ba. God, now you're going to join in.
Have you ever had that feeling when you have a big test and you feel like you're prepared, and then you sit for the test and you realize that you're failing?
But do you realize how inadequate this whole thing is? I mean, look at this table in front of you. Just let's see what's on there
It's
now.
just a wee.
I know.
Oh, he's got the big gun.
What about the size, Anthony?
How about that? Now, there you go. And now, let's get onto this thing about pelvic thrusts. Because,
Okay. I'll demonstrate.
Okay, Fiona, if you could, because this is a fully
I don't wanna
articulated.
break
This one might actually be, because he's
think
found it,
he's
look at
got
that,
more
he's gone
bend.
very floppy over these years.
But he
He's
doesn't
from
have the
1977.
he doesn't have the
The
knee
pelvic
articulation.
thrusts were a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, it's one of the...
those.
Oh,
But I was doing them on an exercise ball to make it even more awkward.
I'm living the image. Oh, I can see it.
I think a few other people were too.
Do you want to hear the theme for that? Bow, bow.
How enjoyable is it for you to get out of the robot costume?
That's a very clever way of putting it. I thought you were going to say how enjoyable it is to be in it. Not at all. Because the real costume is outside in the exhibit.
The actual,
before you get into
so
the...
people can see it.
You can actually see the real thing. This is a toy. For people at home, this is a small version of the real version, so don't be confused.
We're looking at images right now of the exhibit that people can see.
It is actually really exciting. There's things from Lucasfilm Archives, all of the things you have seen in the Star Wars movies. But things you haven't seen are John Williams' scores, which are fascinating, all that orchestration stuff, very, very clever. For me to be out of the costume, for me not to walk on stage and go, Hello, I am C3PO, Human Cyborg Relations, and R2D2. There's a voice. I'm not going to tell you who the voice is. The dark side, who introduces me on stage, and that gets a buzz immediately from the audience. The audience recognizes it very clearly.
Well, and just to hear the motivations and sort of see you as a person and someone who meant so much to this franchise. I mean, you were the only one in all 6 films. So for people to identify the art behind all of this, whether it's the music and the orchestra or the people that made it all come to life.
I think the reason we get such a buzz every night is that when the music starts up with a 82-piece live orchestra, real people making the music, when I walk out as the only person now to be in all 6 movies, to be that living connection, not edited, I'm live and all that kind of thing, I think people go, oh, for 33 years I wanted to say thank you to everybody, not just me, to John Williams, George Lucas, all the people who made the movies. Suddenly they have this release, and it's magic for me. I stand there grinning. I'm so unprofessional. I just sort of stand there laughing. This is really nice.
Joy out of these films and watching them time and time again. I mean, they stood the test of time, which is fantastic.
It is the joy that you get. And Star Wars in Concert, I can see quite a chunk of the first few rows. The families, 4 to 104, they have lived this story happily. Like,
and half of them are probably dressed up like you guys.
I love it when they come dressed up. You know, I'm in a kind of neat black suit, and that's my. Well, there is a moment, I'm not going to tell you. Where 3PO kind of emerges? Emerges, exactly the right word. And that makes people very happy because the show is so full of emotion. And the more I do it, the more I realize where that emotion comes from. First of all, it's John's scores. And I have seen those movies before the music is added. I'm in a dubbing studio and going, hey, Master Luke, you know, this and that and whatever problem's going on. But there's nothing else there. There's no music. There's no sense of what the scene is about. Is it full of dread? Is it excitement? Does it make your heart, you know, skip a beat? And when I saw John's score put on, it absolutely, it paints the scenery immediately. But night after night, I see audiences who are living an emotion often to do with the arc for the characters, the journey that little Anakin goes on, the journey that who becomes Darth Vader, 3PO's daddy. We know.
Wait, he blew it. What?
No,
spoiler alert.
And do you want to hear about Father Christmas? Anyway, and then we have also, I've realised, the curve of people's lives, the destiny of people who look back 33 years and think, that's where I was then. It was a good time, it was a bad time.
How has it been for you telling the story, looking at the images, bringing back memories for you of filming the movies?
Well, certainly a lot of images in my mind. I remember that scene, and look at that wire. That shouldn't be sticking out of my head there.
I was so bloody hot.
And I remember George being really cross there because yet again the eyes had gone out, whatever. But there's other things I think, oh, look, 3PO's been kind of good there. It's really neat. And then I look at, you know, Princess Leia, Carrie Fisher looking so young, and Harrison Ford and Mark Hamill and so on. And I think, nobody knows how old I looked then, so they don't contrast. This
never saw you.
But what I do feel, looking at those images on screen, it is a bit like a family scrapbook. Full of joy, full of, but not so great memories, full of whatever happened to all of us and why did it happen? And why have I ended up, my destiny, to do a job that I'm probably loving more than any other job I've ever done at this point in my life.
A job you didn't necessarily want at the beginning.
I certainly didn't want to. I mean, would you choose a job? Sorry. Would you choose
Have some respect.
Yeah. Would you? I mean, it's like you being asked to play, I mean, a television monitor. You go, no, I want to be on television. I want to present, you know. So for me to be a serious actor and to be asked to do this, but fortunately for me, the artwork that I saw in George's office had, to use your word, soul in the face of his painting, was this strange quality that I absolutely fell for. And there are elements in the movie where that comes out, and I'm very proud of that. But George's movies have inspired people into all the arts and sciences, because they come and tell me, I'm a scientist, I'm a roboticist, because of George Lucas. I'm an artist, I'm an actor, I'm a painter.
And now perhaps a musician, based on what people see.
You know, you've got 3 cameras in the studio. We got 7. I mean, again, we're playing the size thing.
There is
You
my
have a
size
bigger
again.
3PO, you have a bigger orchestra.
Yeah, you can touch.
He is quite lovely.
He is quite lovely. But our 7 cameras pick up not only me big on screen, but they pick up the whole orchestra in sweeping jib shots that fly rather wonderfully. In close-ups, you have a violin 60 feet wide. Kids have no doubt how you play that instrument. A piccolo, 4 foot long, is cute. We deliberately put that in. The triangle, big time. Love the triangle. Please cheer the triangle. It cheers her up so much.
Make sure.
It's a fun family event, but there's a serious message. Love the story with your family again. Come and see the story for the first time if you've always kind of wondered, but you missed out what it was about. Come if you love symphony music, live, wonderful symphony music. Come and see Star Wars if you've never known, and this will tell you everything you need to know about it.
I love it.
Go and check it out.
Much. What a pleasure.
Star Wars in concert.
And you can come now. Look at this. The buns. Can we just do the buns quickly?
The buns.
No. We've done with the hair. Can you come as Princess Leia?
I thought you meant.
Wow, what's happening here?
Instant Leia.
And Mike, you'll have to be my Jabba the Hutt. I don't have my bikini with me, but that'll be later. Make sure that you see Star Wars in concert. Michael, I don't know what
I'm trying to be your Jabba the Hutt. That's as good as I can do.
Tonight and tomorrow. How am I doing?
That is superb.
Obi-Wan, you're my only hope. June 22nd, 23rd at Jam Place. Check it out.
That is so scary.
There's a group of people up there.
I know it off by heart.
Help me, Obi-Wan. You're my only hope.
There you go.
We're going to
Who
take
is
a
she?
break.
Beautiful.
When we
We
get
could
back,
play-
Dennis Skulsky's president and CEO of your BC Lions will be joining us to talk about them
That's
kicking
the
off
weirdest
the season,
image I've ever
Empire
seen.
Fields, and everything else. right
You
after this.
decide, big or little. You decide. Cheech and Chong here.
That's what they have to do every day.
Grand Villa Casinos, you are on screen. Your look into the world of film and television. Brought to you by the Grand Villa Casino in Burnaby.